enough of the things I think we've hit. Unless you want me to continue to really give you all the validations. I mean, if you want more out of me, I'm here. But if you'd like to tell me that's been enough validation and now you just kind of want us to document and fix, you can go ahead and tell your story.
No, continue. I just was curious because I was like, are we reading area? I'm not sure.
I mean, kind of yes, kind of no. I mean, because I don't control the dead. I just highlights, little hints. And then again, your energy is very palpable, so I'm picking up a lot of your stuff, which could be blocking me from picking up other stuff, which is fine. I mean, I have no control of it. I'm a divine conduit. I just deliver what I need to deliver. The energy, I'm feeling an energy of somebody who's very stubborn and stern and direct and very, what is that? What is that? Almost like really a super smart person. I feel like a really smart energy in this house, like a really brilliant person in this space. I don't know who that relates to or who that pertains to, but I feel a really like bookwormy type of person. Do you have anybody in your family that lives here or stays here that is very, I guess I don't say nerdy, but intellectual? I mean,
my oldest daughter.
Oh, okay.
Is pretty, I mean, when you said really strict and that. Me.
Oh. Yeah. I'm basically just reading you today.
I can step over here. I'm trying not to.
No, it's okay. I mean, that's the thing with it is that if sometimes when I read things, it's less about the dead person trying to talk to you, and it's more about the healing that you need. And when they don't come all the way forward and want to bark in my face who they are and what they've got going on, they're like, no, fix her, make her happy, make her feel healthy. They almost take a back seat and they're just like, no, it's her that needs the light and the happiness. And I heard a hummingbird that caught my attention. It seems to me that you're trying to do a lot of things to mitigate your moods. You're working real hard at the mitigating, and you are making some strides. You're absolutely making a lot of strides, but it's like this work in progress. And every time you slide a little bit backwards, like I feel like you're really hard on yourself, like really. And so she's acknowledging that.
Yeah.
She's
and everybody. I'm not just hard on myself.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, and that's fine. You have expectations. You want things a certain way. The OCD does play a factor in that. But at the same token, it's like there's a big part of you that just wants to not do that as much. Like you just want to enjoy life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Because I feel her like looking at
little G-Ma.
Or maybe your mom. Both of them have passed.
Okay.
They're standing over there and they're identifying as a grandmother. This one was quiet, but in the kitchen a lot, like real, like just she wasn't a loudmouth. So because she's trying to distinguish herself from somebody else, like she's trying to distinguish. She's trying to make a distinction that she was the one that would just kind of quietly do everything and take care of everything and sort of meticulous. And then I've got another gal that's a little bit more staunch and almost flamboyant, very colorful energy, soul-wise I'm seeing, and just really like sort of in the mix of everything, in the mix of everybody's everything, always up in everybody's everything. Do you have a relative that kind of like was always life of the party into everybody's business? So I'm reading a lot of living here. I just saw something. You've got a lot of protectors here. You've got a lot of positive energy here too. A lot of good stuff that's going on. But they are so much more concerned about the living getting the love and the healing. They're just
that's so sweet.
We're here. We care. We're supporting you. We're cheering you on. Trying to get help for that poor fella downstairs.
Yeah. He's glitched. He's a little glitchy.
He's got a little bit of an issue.
Yeah.
But they're so much more worried about your healing. Like, they're just like, she knows we're here. Like this, like, indignant, how do you not know? And I don't know whose personality that would exactly be. It's like, how dare you not know I'm here? You have to be aware. Like, very
you know, I know, you know, you know.
Yeah, very, like exasperated.
Yeah.
but there is definitely grandmotherly energy. Like, she's clear that she's here, but the problem is I'm mixing living people's energy, and I'm seeing her, and I'm seeing another lady behind her. Like, unfortunately, they're all crossing streams, but your energy is extremely palpable, and I'm obviously being able to pick up on your energy as well. So the living energy here is stronger than the dead, which is interesting. That's
Less see-through.
It's very interesting to me. But that is part of being an empath. I do feel everything from every plane. They're more concerned about just making sure you're kind of on track, because you've got a lot going for you and a lot to live for and to love for.
Yeah.
Worrying grandmothers worry.
Yeah, they're just more like pestering and worrying. But I see a tiny little gal in the kitchen just quietly snapping peas, just like snapping beans and peas or something. Like that's all I see, and so.
Not smoking a cigarette, but have a bottle of tequila in her hand.
Well, I'm not looking around. I just see her. I see her by the sink and just doing stuff by the sink. I'm watching her stand by the sink.
Drink straight up.
I hope she drank the good tequila.
That's how I remember.
So Wendy, she's kind of validating that she just
That's how I always remember my dad's mom.
Okay.
She was always cooking for us.
Uh-huh.
Constantly making us food and forcing us to eat it. It was always really good.
Yeah.
But it was never. It was
Are you hungry?
Oh, it's breakfast.
You gotta be
it's
hungry.
snack. Oh, it's lunch.
Crushed and
Snack,
destroyed if you
dinner,
didn't eat it
want dessert,
all.
have another snack.
Validation nation.
Yes,
My
validation.
mom.
Well, that doesn't really matter with the dead. They'll come visit anybody in the family.
The only memory I have of your mom is her funeral.
Yeah.
I've got my great-grandfather haunting my house, and he was gone before I was born, but he hangs out.
Comes and visits. And
My family are really prevalent around the holidays, too. I get a lot of them popping up when it's holiday time, which is always
Gotta
exciting.
be weird for you.
Yeah, well, whatever,
Sit an extra place at the table, yeah.
they're just there. They're just all kind of visiting, and Grandma's real particular about her Christmas
And
decorations.
grandma's almost palpable.
Yeah, she's real strong, and
She'll help decorate the tree.
she does.
I know
Matter
she
of
does.
fact, I video that. Your relatives are here. They're making their presence known, but they're really just kind of focused in on tending to you and getting you back to sort of a Zen space that you really haven't been. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
And it's like they're desperate to get you back to that. And I think that's probably appropriate. I think I felt what I'm gonna feel for this time is, number one, you could show us the ashes if you have them, and tell us kind of your story. I think that would be appropriate. I think I've just got so much confluence of energy that I need a moment.
I used to work for him way back in the day.
Very, very life of the party.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're about to have a good time. We're gonna have some fun today.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, we are not happy and we are not having a good time if we don't have. I was gonna say 6-pack. No. Wait, like a 24-pack. And like we gotta have like the racks of ribs out, and we gotta have the fun. We've gotta have
Tailgating.
We've gotta have all of the fun. And it's not just football. Like it was anything, any reason to have a good time.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's baseball season, football season. It could be ice skating season. I don't care. We are going to have
Celebrating everything.
We are going to have a
Absolutely.
good time, and I'm gonna go out sliding into the record books. Like, that's the sort of sensation that I get. Wow.
Did he come out in a blaze of glory?
He
He did?
He literally
Good.
just went.
No,
This was something. It was very fast.
Yeah.
he got cancer
Mm.
and beat it, and then died of cirrhosis of the liver.
A lot too much fun.
Way too much.
We
fun.
Ah.
had too much fun, dear. He's like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. But I wouldn't have done it any other way, and I don't regret it. And you only live once, and that kind of
YOLO.
Totally. Fully.
that is a very interesting. I get a pain in here. I do get a lot of pressure in here,
Liver pain.
but it's because I'm feeling the stabbing here. But I'm also feeling fluid. I'm feeling a lot of fluid. Like I feel a lot of fluid. So that's kind of weird. That's kind of a lot of fluid.
That's part of that
That's
whole.
fluid.
Yeah, like almost like, I feel like fluidy. I feel very fluidy.
Well, he's a big guy, really big guy.
Okay. So maybe I'm just feeling...
But he also had a lot of surgeries, and one of them, didn't they pull a skin graft off his back or something?
Oh my god, yeah.
So they may have had to fill his skin.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of pain,
Well-
but he's not in pain anymore.
No, he's having a good
Having
time over
a
there.
He
wonderful
was
time.
having a fun time during the pain.
I can tell.
Hey,
Once I can feel the energy of it, sometimes it's easier because then this way I can actually fill up his energy, and it helps block some of your guys' energy a little bit. But yeah, I almost like see like the desire to like go fast, like drive like fast. Like what? I don't know why I feel that way. Just like I want to.
a lot of speeding tickets.
No, I don't think anyone got caught. I don't think everyone really knew about it. I don't think he necessarily got caught doing that. But I just feel like I'm moving really fast.
He died really young.
Fast and furious.
Yeah.
How
So-
old was he?
So is this a sibling?
38?
Oh, that's
He's my
young.
best friend.
Okay.
Aw.
Well, then much like a sibling. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
if you could have, if you could have had that, this would be your brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This
He's
is-
doing great now, though.
This-
and he's adorable.
Yeah. This. Your sister. Don't let anyone tell you different. Don't let anybody ever tell you.
So fresh.
Yeah. No, he has absolutely transitioned. I do not feel him trapped in any sense of the word. Had to do a little lesson learning over there. Like, okay, I gave you this carcass, and look what you did to it.
You wrecked your meat carcass.
Yeah. But we love you anyway. And so what do you want to do to make up for this misuse of your carcass? Well, I want to go look after my sister, is what he says.
And then okay,
Yeah.
here's your assignment papers.
Yeah, that is his sole choice is to
Is to look after
after you. It's like, okay, well, you went out in a blaze of glory. We gave you even a second chance to
He
try.
owed me anyway. So.
Yeah, and so now you have a guardian. He's probably the one making the most noise, even though the guy downstairs is crazy as a bat in a belfry. You know, it's like, oh man. This one is making all the ruckus because he doesn't want you to go down a spiral.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to like help you.
They're all
help
making
yourself.
noise because they want you to be
They want
okay.
you to be. Yeah, that's all the ruckus is about and all.
That's
And
so sweet.
you're feeling the anxiety and the depression and stuff that you're feeling. That's that goofball downstairs. But all the other dead folks are just trying to make racket and get you to ask for help. And so part of your healing process, I think I'm going to leave you with some information for an energy healer that I work with.
Okay.
Because I think you're going to want to have some aftercare to clear and heal yourself. You're going to need aftercare. And of course, there's a lot that I can do for you and that I will do for you today, and all of us as a collective will do. But your healing process will need to go on from this, from all that you have going on with, just your energy and feeling stressed. Buying the tourmaline for your room will be really helpful to mitigate some of the electromagnetic stuff. I am going to do some meter readings because I want to get a bead on how bad it is in your room. Maybe it's not too bad, so maybe there's not too much to mitigate. But I'd like to get you some real solutions because this is a lot to deal with. You were not wrong to call. This is quite a confluence of stuff. I mean, some of it's geological and some of it's spiritual, and hey.
And loved ones hollering.
Yeah,
loud enough for you to call for help.
He's making a ruckus. I mean, he's making a big ruckus. He's like, she is not following my advice. Like, he wanted you to be too, like, woo, and you're like wedged in, like, into the rocks. You don't flex at all. He flexed too much. There is a happy medium. Find it. Because
It'll be all right.
you deserve that. You have a beautiful soul light that's just fabulous. How can we help you?
So I've been married for almost 7 years, and my husband and I had a whirlwind beginning, very, very short dating period, and then a baby, and a marriage, and another baby, and it's been a long 7 years, and we finally just over this last week have made some really big strides as far as our personal relationship and sacrifices and stuff that we're making on behalf of our marriage.
Yeah.
Which has been really helpful. But so I listened to 98 Rock religiously.
Oh,
And
is that how you found us?
Yeah.
I did this podcast.
Yay, Brandon!
When I heard it, and all of your meters were going off, and it made me shake, intense.
Aww.
Well,
Like
I hope we can get him to talk.
Like numbness in my lips.
Wow.
And I have a best friend, my girlfriend, who is also best.
Mm-hmm.
We were like
Little
the
trio.
Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
Aww.
And I called her and I was like, this is so weird. And she has a medium that she knows personally, and I reached out to her and it didn't feel right. And then I listened to more of the podcast, and I heard where you guys were talking about how people's energy, and I try and put it into scientific terms, the resentment that's been created between me and my husband over the years has almost like created its own life form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can.
Oh, absolutely.
With us. And so I was like, wow, that rings so true to me.
That's why I was feeling that psychokinetic type of feeling.
Exactly.
And then the chair downstairs made me giggle because it was like another chair. And then I was wondering if when you said they had to get rid of it, I was like,
I was thinking the same thing.
The chair, because that didn't absorb like anybody's dark thoughts and horrible feelings about themselves. It's just kind of a goofy guy that needs to be moved on, and he's fine.
Once he crosses over.
Yeah, once he crosses over, that's just a happy little chair. And so I did not realize you were a broadcaster, which is thank you for being a loyal maggot. We do appreciate those.
Hey, loyal listeners.
We are ourselves.
Yeah, we are too. So, it was really phenomenal working with them and being able to experience that. And every case is different. Every case we will experience something different. I will pick up different things. Sometimes it's more about the healing of the person and less about the deceased. But I kind of like to marry the two. We need to get you a lot of resources and help because you deserve it. We can reboot your space. But to continue your healing journey, because it will be a journey, that can be part of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be really interested in actually trying to talk to him. I think that would be great. It really, because of your energy being so palpable, it literally took me having to touch him to feel him. And, it's because they're all more worried about you.
That's the whole reason.
That's why
the reason for the ruckus.
It's a ruckus and cacophony because they love you to be happy and your marriage to be happy and the kids to be happy. They want everyone in this house to have the joy that it deserves because you really do have a lot to love and give and all of this kind of great stuff going on, but it's stunted. You're making progress, but you just have to get over that one last little hump. And I think removing a very kind of oppressive, strange man out of the space will
Weird
help.
dude, be gone.
And then finding a way to mitigate that strange EMF from the garage. I think the combination of those things will make a shift in the space. And then, of course, we're doing the aftercare healing for yourself. All those things in tandem will equal healing. But you just have to be dedicated and devoted to this. I mean, this is a lot. I'm so glad you called. Explain kind of more of like what else has been going on with Patty.
So my girlfriend is always trying to be in touch with everything around her. She carries crystals and
I do too.
Rocks in your pocket.
She's always, and I had a couple months ago brought up to her that I had an amethyst. She was giving me a bunch of rocks for the kids. She loves to give the kids rocks. Yeah. And my middle daughter brought one of the rocks up to me and said, "Mommy, I squeezed it too hard," and she broke it.
Oh, well, that means it needs to be shared.
That's so I call my friend and I'm like, this is so weird. I had an amethyst when I was, I think, 20. My girlfriend gave me an amethyst from her dad's mystery spot in Colorado that she brought home.
Wow.
Ooh.
And I set it on my nightstand. She said it was good for dreams.
It can be, but it can also amplify your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So it said something about dreams. I don't really remember. To me at the time, it was like, okay, whatever, put it on my nightstand. Thank you for the gift.
Yeah.
I woke up the next morning and it had broken into several pieces.
Oh, wow.
Your dreams are so frightening that it burst the rock.
So I called her. It was so weird. The house that I grew up in, my room was always cold at night, and it was winter, so I thought maybe it got too cold in the middle of the night and it broke. So I took it all and put it into a shot glass and put it on my nightstand because it was brand new. I just got it from my friend. And the next morning I woke up and it was like everywhere.
Wow.
And like dust. It was, and so my girlfriend,
that's odd.
Wow. Okay.
My daughter brings me the rock and says, I squeezed it too hard, it shattered. And I'm like, there's no way she shattered this rock. It was solid. It was a square. And
You all are very powerful.
so she
So,
said,
oops.
well, where is that? So I found it, and that's kind of what got me back into wondering about it. And then just a couple weeks ago, before I called you, I asked my husband, because we're like this, totally different levels in life right now, unfortunately, but we're working on it. And I'm like, do you believe in that? Because I was kind of like easing him into it, and I'm like, it's something you'd be willing to do. He's not at home right now.
Yeah.
He was comfortable with it. At first he was like, no, that's silly, and then he came back out and he's like, actually, I have noticed, like, I feel like there's someone like walking past, and I'm like, okay.
When the skeptic believes, that's the crap meter. Call spirit. Yeah.
It was kind of like the final, I was like, okay, I'm going to call him now.
Yeah. Well, I can see, it's not like so many things that are negative, but it's a culmination of too many things that are overwhelming and oppressing. You're just having too much. There's just too much. But you're a little bit sensitive to energy. I think your kids are sensitive to energy. It doesn't surprise me. But also when you're in a place of grief, that really kind of leave you vulnerable to being really slammed in the face by other energies that don't have good boundaries. If your defenses are down and you've got a spirit in the house that has zero boundaries, it's a bad recipe.
I had a hard time with his passing, and I didn't even realize that I was having a hard time with it until one of my girlfriends, her mom is Armenian, and she did coffee reading for me.
Oh, okay.
And she said it's just everything black. You are gonna get over the hill, but he's literally carrying you up the hill.
And that's what we said.
That's very, very validating.
Very validating for you, for me, for him.
That's
very validating.
Kind of a perfect storm.
Yeah,
you're pretty dang lucky to have so many loved ones
you've got some helpers.
making so much noise saying, get some help.
You've got a tremendous amount of helpers here, and that's what's going to make this work.
That's really cool.
It will be a work in progress and process type of thing. We can press the reset button for you. We can get go reboot, but then you have to build it all. Mm-hmm. But we can leave you with lots of different avenues to make that happen. And we're just an email away for continued support and advice and all of that.